Right now it's 6, mass shooting in Maine. President Biden has ordered that all flags be flown at half-staff nationwide to honor the victims of last night's shooting.
And clean energy. Stakeholders meeting in La Crosse to determine how the state can move into a greener future.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Emily Brown.
18 dead, more than a dozen injured, and a gunman on the loose in Maine.
Police are urgently trying to find...
Law enforcement officers from multiple agencies are searching for 40-year-old Robert Card, now considered the prime suspect in Wednesday's shootings at a bowling alley and a restaurant in Lewiston, Maine.
He should be considered armed and dangerous. Based on our investigation, we believe this is someone that should not be approached.
Residents in the area are being told to shelter in place. Schools, colleges, and businesses are closed.
If you see anything suspicious, please call us.
We have an active shooter. We have multiple injuries.
The first shooting took place just before 7 p.m. at the bowling alley, where 6 males and 1 female were shot to death.
We have a second one. Second active shooter, Schwangies.
Police were sent to the restaurant about 10 minutes later, where 8 males were killed. Police released these photos of the suspect walking into the bowling alley with an AR-style weapon. Military officials say the Army Reserve sergeant was admitted to a psychiatric hospital this summer after exhibiting erratic behavior and threatening to kill fellow soldiers. Investigators recovered this car registered to Card, abandoned near a boat launch in a nearby town. He also owns a boat and a motorcycle. Police say heavily wooded terrain is complicating their search.
This is a dark day for Maine. This attack strikes at the very heart of who we are and the values we hold dear for this precious place we call home.
So far, the shooter's motive is unknown. Mike Sullivan, CBS News, Lewiston, Maine.
Police say the man possessed several weapons and is described as an expert marksman and avid outdoorsman.
A children's league was underway at the bowling alley when the shooter opened fire. So far, it's not known whether any children were killed.
Yeah, we still got showers and thunderstorms going on, and we also have some flood warnings still for the Black River and Yellow River. The good news is that the Black River did already crest yesterday at Black River Falls and is beginning to fall. So that's the positive news right now as we zoom in and look at the showers and thunderstorms. The batch that came through La Crosse is pushed up towards Black River Falls and Eau Claire now. So we're just seeing a little bit of shower activity beginning to push back into La Crosse, but it won't be anything heavy, and even some peaks of the sun. Overall, most of that activity is just past to the south of Eau Claire, but once again, you'll see on and off showers. They've also been dealing with some fog and just mist with visibilities down below a mile at times, and that's going to be really what you're going to see all evening because we remain on the warm side of this boundary right now that's really stalling to the north, and eventually we will get some of that colder air and the snow that they're getting up to the northwest. But if you zoom in, you can see some of that activity continues to persist up from the southwest, pulling up to the northeast. Overall temperatures still mild for October. We're still looking almost up to the upper 60s to the south, lower 60s to the north. So once again, the mild conditions continue, but take a look at the 60s. I don't think we'll see that again, maybe for the rest of the season, it looks like. Overall, we'll see mild conditions here for La Crosse, on and off showers, but the actual chance kind of drops down overnight, so it'll be a hit and miss. Won't be an all-night type of rain. And for the same for Eau Claire, they have the fog and mist, but they'll see showers activity too. Once again, it will not be an all-night rain, but still mild temperatures, only 58 still at 11 p.m., which is still above where we should be for a high for this time of year. But coming up, we do have the dropping temperatures. We got the white stuff that's going to be falling. And of course, we got bone-chilling temperatures coming for a Halloween, so it's definitely going to be an interesting forecast going forward. I'll break all that down a bit later in the broadcast.
All right.
Thank you, Greg. A man wanted for a home invasion earlier this month is in custody.
According to officials from the Jackson County Sheriff's Office, Anthony Sylvester IV was taken into custody this afternoon. He's accused of a home invasion in the village of Hickston back on October 12th. He allegedly had a firearm and stabbed a person inside the residence. That story is still developing. Jackson County officials expect to release more details in the near future. A man accused of firing at police won't be headed to trial anytime soon. The defense attorney for Curtis Ross has asked for more time to review video before a trial date is set. Judge Mark Huseman approved that request and set another status hearing for February 29th. Ross was sentenced to nearly 7 years last September for drug and gun convictions. Police say earlier that year, Ross stole his girlfriend's truck and fired a gun at a squad car. When police arrested him, they found gun, cash, and drugs on his person.
As the state of Wisconsin tries to become more green, politicians are trying to teach people about the benefits and realities of clean energy.
News 8 Now's Jeremy Wall joins us live in the studio with the latest. Jeremy?
Ken and Emily, former Lieutenant Governor Mandela Barnes held a roundtable at Western Technical College today to talk about the new clean energy landscape since the Inflation Reduction Act was passed in 2022. The act tackles issues including climate change. This afternoon, Barnes spoke with other politicians, including Representative Jill Billings, Brad Pfaff, union members, and apprenticeship trainers. The goal of the new clean energy landscape is to reduce emissions by combating the climate crisis and create good-paying jobs. According to Barnes, one way the state is transitioning to clean energy is by giving people employed in fossil fuel energy opportunities to switch to manufacturing. This will allow them to work clean energy jobs. He says why Wisconsin has an advantage to become greener.
We're not an extraction state. There's no oil here, there's no coal here, but there is an abundance of opportunity for us to go forward with clean energy, and that's what you see happening.
Brad Pfaff also shared his thoughts during the roundtable. He says one way farmers can benefit from this is by having greater energy efficiencies on their farm. And other politicians, including Jill Billings, says Wisconsin could continue being green by having more good-paying union jobs. Ken, Emily?
Jeremy, thanks very much. The Inflation Reduction Act is estimated to invest $4 billion in Wisconsin for large-scale clean power generation and storage between now and the year 2030.
Community business leaders flocked to the Reinhardt Center at Viterbo University to learn more about diversity, equity, and inclusion. The Greater La Crosse Area Diversity Council held its 12th annual conference today. This year's theme is fostering inclusive leadership and wellness. The conference featured multiple lectures and a panel discussion with local leaders, including La Crosse Mayor Mitch Reynolds. GLADC's executive director says a diverse workplace is the key to a successful business.
It's important that leaders are aware of how they want to lead and how we can diversify the workplaces in the La Crosse area.
One of the key takeaways from today's conference was to emphasize how each person in the workplace is responsible in creating an effective and equitable place to work. To learn more on how you can become a member of GLADC, you can visit our website, news8000.com.
Students at Northwoods Elementary School attempted to break a world record today. They took part in a global effort to break the most people reading one book record. Students from Logan High School came to help the elementary schoolers read the book With Lots of Love by Jenny Torres Sanchez. The heartwarming story is about family and sharing love across distances. It's become a tradition at the school to join the worldwide effort to break that record each year, and it's something the students say they always enjoy.
We always see the big smiles on their faces. They're especially excited to see their big buddies come, have those high schoolers help read with them, and just to be able to be moving around, being active, and enjoying a story.
To keep the kids engaged, the book was read through a story walk. That's when the book's pages are spread out along a walking route. And after the students finished the story, they got a chance to swing at a piñata.
Fun way to break a world record right
there.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Coming up, a few small food swaps may have a big impact on the environment.
Authors of a new study show us what those changes look like in just a few minutes.
At All Auto, buy 3 tires at our everyday low price and get the 4th for free. Plus, you'll still get any manufacturer rebates. If you can find a better deal anywhere, we'll match it. But we'll be surprised if you do. Learn more at dollauto.com. Simple.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
Save big money and get 11% off everything. Now at Menards. Always know who's at your door with a smart video doorbell from Fight Electric. See live video on your phone or smart device from anywhere. Right now, only $49.97 after rebate. Mastercraft makes great doors inside and out, building the highest quality doors in a wide selection of styles. Don't wait and get this energy-efficient exterior door for $284.99 after 11% rebate at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
The service departments at the Dahl Auto Group are staffed by the most experienced team in the region. Whether you're buying a used car they've inspected or driving home one they've serviced, you can trust their work for years to come. Dahl Auto, simple.
Every 40 seconds in the U.S., someone has a stroke.
But health experts say many people can avoid having one by living a healthy lifestyle. Mandy Gaither has 9 steps to prevent stroke.
It's a leading cause of death and serious long-term disability in the U.S.
Stroke is actually much more common than we think.
Every 3 minutes and 14 seconds, someone dies of stroke in the U.S., according to the CDC. But addressing 9 risk factors can help prevent most strokes. It starts with keeping blood pressure in check. A healthy lifestyle and limiting salt intake to less than 2 grams per day can help. Diabetes is another risk factor. Control it with glucose-lowering medications, says Dr. Sidoni Abrikshi, a neurologist at Cleveland Clinic.
What we like to target in diabetic patients is a hemoglobin A1C of around 7%.
Next, Abrikshi says to control high cholesterol by taking statins or other medications. Fourth, be aware of atrial fibrillation, a risk factor for stroke that causes an irregular heartbeat.
They have to be on a strong blood thinner known as anticoagulation.
Getting sleep apnea treated is also key. Those suffering from the condition stop breathing for short periods during the night.
The main ways to prevent sleep apnea are weight loss, but also using a CPAP machine if it's moderate to severe.
Cut out smoking and limit alcohol intake to 1 drink or less a day. Both are major risk factors for stroke, as is what you eat. Abrikshi recommends a diet rich in fruits and veggies, nuts, and lean protein. And finally, get your heart rate up at least 4 times a week for 20 to 30 minutes a day.
The American Stroke Association says many people also don't know the warning signs that signal stroke. These include the drooping of the face, arm weakness, and slurred speech. If anyone is experiencing any of those signs, be sure to call 911 immediately. Well, a new study shows a few small food swaps could have a big impact on the environment.
The lead author says food production causes about 1/5 of the world's greenhouse gases. She suggests swapping beef for chicken, juice for fruit, and cow's milk for non-dairy options. She adds changing a few servings a week would help the environment and improve your health. The study says universal adoption of all of its recommendations would have a much larger impact. It estimates that could cut the U.S.'s dietary carbon footprint by about 1/3. The authors are from Stanford, Harvard, and Tulane. The study is out today in the journal Nature Food.
Coming up on News 8 Now, a beloved toy museum closes its doors, but the collection isn't off to the island of misfit toys. Emily's going to have that exclusive story next.
And definitely going to be one of the more chillier high school football nights we look at towards tomorrow evening in the 30s with wind chills, maybe even colder. But that's just the start of the cold snap that we got and the snow. All that I'll break down coming up after the break on your First Warn Weather.
Earn a 25-cent Hy-Vee fuel saver for every $50 you spend. That's a 25-cent fuel saver this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Only at Hy-Vee.
It's Ford SUV season. Time to gear up for adventure, on or off-road. Get great deals on our capable lineup of Ford SUVs, including Ford Explorer, Ford Bronco Sport, and Ford Edge, all designed with technology to give you confidence on the road. Hurry in to your local Ford dealer. SUV season will end soon. Now, get 2.9% financing for 66 months, plus $1,500 FlexBuy cash on select Ford SUVs. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal, come have a taste of Wisconsin.
America's Dairyland, as in real dairy.
It gives Culver's fresh frozen custard its famous rich and creamy flavor.
Like really rich.
So rich.
Rich and creamy.
And our cook-to-order Butterburgers?
They're topped with, you guessed it, Wisconsin cheese.
But it's the smiles we put on your face with every meal made just for you.
It really makes our hearts melt.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Hello, this is a real lawyer. Yeah, I've won 1 million cases, and I'm on a bunch of billboards.
Whoa, buddy. If they want the real Nicolay, they should get the real Nicolay.
Fine.
Thank you. Russell Nicolay here. Yeah, we can help.
In a world full of choices, make sure you get the real Nicolay.
How'd you even get in here? What are you doing answering calls? Where's your mom, man?
If you're shopping for a vehicle and wonder what website has local vehicles listed, check out FindCars.com, because FindCars.com is locally based. You'll find thousands of vehicles listed from local dealers and private sellers all over the area. Plus, it's so easy to use. Simply choose the vehicle you're looking for, and FindCars.com will show you who has what you're looking for locally and beyond. FindCars.com, local shopping made easy.
FindCars.com. Click. Save big this Friday through Sunday at Hy-Vee. Whole boneless pork loin, just $1.77 a pound. Red grapes, just $1.98 a pound. And our special recipe brats or patties, 10 for only $10. Only at Hy-Vee.
You're watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
A beloved toy museum in Fountain City has closed its doors, and now all of its precious items are being sold at auction. Elmer's Toy and Auto Museum housed one of the largest collections of vintage toys in the world, 25,000 to be exact. They range from toy cars to dolls, ride-ons, ships, and even airplanes. Elmer was nationally recognized as a toy expert. He even authored 2 volumes of the book, Elmer's Price Guide to Toys. His museum attracted toy enthusiasts from all over for 28 years. Now, after Elmer's passing in 2019, collectors had the opportunity to purchase his toys. His son says it's a promise he and his siblings are keeping to him.
He said, I know you'll run it for me for a while. And he said, but I don't expect you to do it forever. He said, so when any one of you doesn't want to do it, he says, that's the time.
The family hired Milestone Auctions in Willoughby, Ohio to host a series of auctions. They say Elmer's extensive collection will take roughly 3 years to sell. The first auction is this Saturday, October 28th at 10 a.m. Interested buyers can bid in person or online at milestoneauctions.com. You can catch my interview with Elmer's son, Les Stuhlman, tonight at 10.
Looking forward to that for sure.
Very passionate man indeed.
Yeah. What we're not looking forward to is SNOW coming to the region. Yes, the dreaded 4-letter word. Greg Barnhart's got the latest on when we might expect some.
Well, that depends on your perspective. Some like the snow, some don't. I'm kind of a favor for it, but a lot of people don't or think it's too early. But October snow is fairly common. It's not a huge deal, but we are going to see some of it. But we do have showers and thunderstorms tonight. It'll probably be ending by the tomorrow morning's commute. Snow showers come back in the picture probably for Saturday and through Sunday morning, and we even see some more snow showers maybe for Halloween. Once again, we're not expecting any accumulation with this too much, but something to keep in mind of. Otherwise, temps, probably the highs tomorrow will actually be just after midnight, because we're going to be falling temperatures for tomorrow. 30s and 40s for the weekend. We may struggle to get to the mid-30s for early next week, but we should get close to 50, which will be about average by the time we get to this point next week. Overall, this is your showers going on right now. This is really the main line. Once this passes through about 11, we're going to see just a hit and miss shower or storm overnight. Not going to be an all-night rain. A lot more probably mist going on than anything else. By the time we wake up tomorrow morning, we'll have a few showers overall for the morning commute. Won't be that widespread, but you might notice that by 7 or 8, a lot of the activity pushes east. But notice the temperatures. They started off in the 50s. By the time we get to around noon, we're looking at the mid-40s for most locations, so it's going to keep falling. So once again, like I said, you wake up, it's going to be mild. By noon, it's going to be starting kind of chilly out there. By the evening hours, we're going to start approaching maybe the upper 30s in some areas as we get towards 8 or 9 for high school football playoff games. And then overall dry conditions, but the temperatures and the wind will make it quite feel raw out there. Otherwise, we're looking at temperatures, the wind at 10 to 15 starting off. We could see 15 to 20 in the afternoon, maybe some gusts higher. These winds will finally subside, but it'll be probably not till Friday night that we'll start seeing them die down. But once again, it's going to be brisk out there too, well, along with those 30-degree temperatures. Overall, for the snow for Saturday, once this front pushes south, we're going to have a little bit of a wave come right north of it, and that's going to provide some showers. It could be snow or rain depending on time Saturday afternoon. This will probably change over to all snow probably as we get closer to Saturday night. And then by Sunday morning, it kind of pushes east, so there's an opportunity for snow probably Saturday night through Sunday morning. And then even through Sunday, we'll probably just see cloud cover, maybe a shower or two, but that northwest wind will continue. Cool conditions. And then for Monday into Halloween, we have another shot of colder air coming down. Along with that, could bring some snow as it comes through Tuesday, dives southward along with the winds. We'll see if that lingers through Halloween Eve, but overall, it'll still keep the temperatures in the mid-30s and some snow going on too. And for the rest of the week, it doesn't look much, Tim. Overall, you see the temperatures here, a lot of blue, which means we're going to be well below average throughout the whole period all the way through Monday, maybe 20 to 25 degrees where we should be this time of year. If you look at the past Halloweens, last year warm, we have to go back to 2017 where we saw conditions that are going to be somewhat similar to what we're going to get this year. That had a trace of snow too on that. We may see the same thing going on this year. So overall, as you look at the 8-day forecast, once we get out of the 40s on Saturday, we'll look at the 30s for the rest of the period. Once again, the 38 degrees on Tuesday for Halloween is only about 3 degrees above what we should be for the low. So that tells you what kind of temperatures we're going to be dealing with. But yes, it's going to be back to, well, I wouldn't say back, but we're going to be going to winter.
Yeah, it's coming.
Okay.
It's coming.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Coming up next in sports, the road to state returns. 6 of our area teams hit the court tonight, just a couple wins away from state. Cade's got a preview next.
Don't be tricked by sales and free stuff. Better products at better prices on all your home improvements during the 2023 Fall Home Show at the Board Store Home Improvements. Don't miss it.
I won't write your will.
I don't write contracts.
I won't handle your divorce.
I do know a few things about personal injury law.
All I do is help injured people get the compensation they deserve.
At Bygoff and Rohde, that's how we get results.
Ruggability. We straight made that word up. How else to describe the otherwise indescribable, rugged, capable, incredible versatility and affordability of a Honda SUV? Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com calls Honda the best value brand. Car and Driver calls Honda the winningest brand in 10 Best history. But we like ruggability, and you'll like the incredifantabulous deals, so see your Wisconsin Heartland Honda dealer today. Honda gets Wisconsin.
Blain's Farm and Fleet's Fall Workwear event is going on now. We're your one-stop shop for quality boots and apparel, offering unbeatable deals on workwear to help your hard-earned dollars go further. Right now, get $25 in Carhartt bucks for every $125 you spend on Carhartt gear. Shop these light and waterproof men's Keen utility work boots in stock now. All cat work boots are on sale, $10 off. And get these Wells Lamont work gloves for just $9.99.
Find value at Blain's Farm and Fleet.
One of the best selections of commercial vehicles in the Midwest can be found at Osseo Automotive in Osseo. From medium-duty trucks and vans to super-duty work trucks, cube vans, chassis cabs, and more, you'll find the most popular commercial vehicles from Ford and Chevrolet all in one location. Take advantage of Section 179 tax savings before the end of the year. Get to work with a new commercial truck or van from Osseo Automotive in Osseo. Shop online at OsseoAutoCommercial.com.
With Bygoff and Rohde, you don't just get a lawyer. You get the experience and power of our entire team of lawyers, paralegals, legal assistants, and researchers. Bygoff and Rohde, Wisconsin's personal injury law firm for over 50 years.
All of the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports.
Welcome to News 8 Sports. I'm Kate Overton. Rob will be back next week. We've got such an exciting evening filled with some really good volleyball. That's right, we're in the sectional semifinals, and if a few of our area teams can win tonight and on Saturday, they'll be state qualifiers. In Division I, both Holman and Onalaska are down Waunakee for their game. The Vikings are taking on Verona, and the Hilltoppers have the host Waunakee. In Division II, West Salem trying to get back to state, but they've got a tough one as they're on the road against Sauk Prairie. Division III, Aquinas is up in Stratford. In our big game of the night, Royal hosting Waniwak Center for their third game of the season, but this time the stakes are even higher. We also have some playoff soccer tonight. Arcadia, they had an early game up against Columbus Catholic, and the Raiders season comes to an end, losing 4-1. And later tonight, the Holman Vikings will be going for the upset as they're up against the top seed, New Richmond. Also tonight, it's the return of Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks. They make their season debut hosting the Philadelphia 76ers. We've got a long season of basketball, and I'm sure the Bucks will find themselves in the playoffs once again, but I'm super excited to see how this team looks. They've got a new head coach in Adrian Griffin, a new star player in Dame Lillard, and of course, Giannis trying to take back his crown at the top of the league. Game time set for 6:30. I'll have highlights later tonight. We've got a big NFC North clash this weekend as the Packers are hosting the Minnesota Vikings in what's sort of a crucial game for both teams. The Packers trying to break a 3-game losing streak, and the Vikings are trying to get back to 500 after starting the season 0-3. The Green Bay offense has had their moments, but it's a big week for them at home against a divisional rival. But they'll have another big challenge, and that's finding a way to stop this Vikings blitz.
They do a great job with it. They disguise it well. You know, they'll show you it. They'll bluff and bail out of there and play different coverages behind it. So they do a very nice job of setting it up, and I think they're playing at a pretty high level. At least last week they were on fire.
My biggest key for the Packers is how does their first half offense look? When they're down in games and let Love get aggressive, the offense moves the ball, but in the first half, things haven't been so smooth. This one set for a noon kickoff on Sunday. That's all I've got for now, but we've got a loaded show at 10 o'clock, so be sure to tune in. More news after the break.
Are record energy costs putting a squeeze on your fixed or limited incomes? With inflation rising at record levels and incomes not keeping pace, you might be one of tens of thousands of Wisconsin residents who are struggling to survive in the blistering heat of summer or the bitter cold of winter. While you haven't asked for it, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and your local energy assistance providers are here to help. No Wisconsin resident should ever have to face the challenge of living without heat or power or face homelessness. For a hand up, apply today and call 1-800-506-5596. That's 800-506-5596. Or visit www.kwwf.org.
It's Ford SUV season. Time to gear up for adventure, on or off-road. Get great deals on our capable lineup of Ford SUVs, including Ford Explorer, Ford Bronco Sport, and Ford Edge, all designed with technology to give you confidence on the road. Hurry in to your local Ford dealer. SUV season will end soon. Now, get 2.9% financing for 66 months, plus $1,500 FlexBuy cash on select Ford SUVs. Only at your local Northland Ford dealers.
All right, National Pumpkin Day is tomorrow, so breezy, cool. Those temperatures will be in the 40s, so falling temperatures. The actual high will be closer to midnight tonight, and then it just gets colder for the rest of the period. Snow showers come in Saturday night and Sunday, with more probably for Halloween. And once again, that 38 on Tuesday is about 3 degrees above where we should be for the low.
That's a good thing the NBA just started. We can get inside and watch the Bucks play.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see you at 10.